Another big game that only just came in is Fallout 4, so we'll have a full review of that next week, but Hex, I played a few hours and I really need to talk about it.
No, I haven't started yet. I don't want any
I
spoilers.
want to talk about it!
Go talk to Nick. He's been streaming it before the show.
All right. Oh, bottle cap.
Go, vent.
Oh, death claws! Death claws, Hex! Death claws! Hi, Nick Boy.
Roger.
We've both been playing Fallout 4.
We have.
Yeah, you've been streaming it on Pocket?
I have.
What do you think?
The game's really good.
It's really fun.
It's so big. It's so big.
Vault Tech is here for you. All new residents, please proceed in an orderly fashion.
It's going to destroy us, isn't it?
Yeah, but what I love from the beginning is that it has context.
Good morning, Mum.
With the older game, I was someone who was sort of just dropped into this world and was just like, oh, none of this makes any sense. Whereas even with the small amount of sort of preamble at the beginning of this one,
Looks like the milk got delivered.
I at least understand the world that I lost, so then it makes it kind of more heartbreaking to be wandering around it.
And it's affecting, too.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
When you're going into the vault, you're just like, they're closing above you and you're
Yeah.
seeing everything wiped out.
That was
It's chilling.
That was a legitimately affecting moment. Everybody's dead.
Everybody's
like,
gone.
I am not dead, thanks to 2 meters.
Hun?
Everyone, just head up these stairs and through the door there.
And I like that you can actually character customize your wife and the man. Like, if you're playing as the man,
My turn, big guy.
your wife can be changed, and that's in the whole initial part as well. So you're basically
Absolutely.
building both of them.
Vault-Tec calling.
Remind me again.
It's a little weird when I was actually like changing someone's face,
My nose is too big.
and then their partner's just in the background. Like I was changing the woman's hair,
New hairstyle?
and he's like, "Looking good, baby," and I was like, "No, that does not look good."
Did I mention how much I love your new hairstyle?
It's especially weird when you make the kind of characters that I make in games.
Abominations.
Oh, that's the face I fell in love with.
There are so many blemish options. It's wonderful.
I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
Then I'm glad you caught up with me.
Those raiders that killed Mary, they took her locket too.
Do you know where they're coming from?
Yeah, pretty sure I do.
You spend some time in the vault, and then you come out of the vault, and then the game really begins.
Yeah.
Where did it take you, first off?
I immediately went back to my house. I really liked that as a device because it was like, again, like I said, the before and after. But then I also looted all the houses around me because
Yeah.
I figured my neighbors are all dead. They don't need their stuff. I need their stuff.
Yeah.
And so I went through like 3 or 4 houses, but then I was like, I could probably do this to every house in the neighborhood, but I'm sure that the developers know that I might get tired of that 3 to 4 houses in, so hopefully they just put the good stuff up in my house.
What I liked is you can do the house building stuff straight away, and that's a big part of this Fallout game is you can build a house, and you can build a community around that house and get vendors and get people to come in. It's so deep, this house building stuff. One thing I really loved about it was you can mount heads on walls
Yeah, good.
of the creatures you've killed if you've killed enough of them and you've got the mats. So I
Yeah.
put a little mole rat guy
Yeah, that's
on the wall,
nice.
and that made me really happy.
Putting together a home again after this disastrous event, that can be your whole game from the beginning.
Yeah,
and I
they-
think that's great.
They really give you a taste of all the different stuff at the top. One thing that you kind of led towards is a town called Concord in the first hour of play, and in Concord you have like all the story interactions with this bunch of survivors.
Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable.
It really shows you all the kind of choice consequence stuff with the dialogue options and
Yeah.
how that's evolved.
Minutemen? So now I'm traveling backward in time?
Protect the people at a minute's notice.
It's very BioWare now for a Bethesda game, which was already kind of BioWare-ish.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And I
So-
like that it never sort of flags it as being like, this is an important moment. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, I would say something sort of sassy,
Visions.
and their reaction would be, you know, in one way, and I'm kind of like, oh, I think I'm going to regret that.
Yeah.
Like that, maybe that wasn't the best thing to say to this dying woman. But the game didn't tell me that was important. I just went, yeah, that was a mistake.
The thing that really struck me was as I was going through these dialogue options, my companion didn't like some of the choices I was making.
Ooh.
It can actually leave you if you make them unhappy enough. So if you-
Seriously?
yeah, if you choose heaps of choices to make them hate you, they will leave you and they will never come back.
Things have certainly changed, and not for the better.
I have the dog as a companion,
Yeah.
and I don't want the dog to leave me. He's so
cool.
he's so cool, and I like that this dog is actually useful from
Yeah.
the beginning. Not only does he find stuff for you, but in fights he is attacking enemies, taking them down, like pinning them for you, and that sort of stuff. And every time I'm in a fight and I hear a whimper, like I could be over here attacking these guys, and I hear a whimper, and I'm like, get away from him! And I'm slowly spin around.
You already love it.
Yeah, I'm so protective of it. So I would never make any decision that would make my dog leave me.
I love how the combat has evolved. But also the VAT system has been improved because now it's not pausing time, it's slowing down time. And I thought, when I saw the original footage of that, I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. But now, when you have like a Yao Guai or a Deathclaw coming at you in slow motion, you're like, just gotta pick which part I'm gonna shoot you.
And also,
it's really stressful.
Those fast enemies that they sort of get up on you, by the time you've activated VATS, like he was there, and then you activate and it's sort of here.
Yeah.
And then it starts going like, you've got a 90% chance to hit 75, 30. And then it's like, I didn't select it fast enough. It goes, you cannot hit it now. And then I'm like, no, the face! The thing I find with these games, which for me is daunting, is the amount of game that's here. I can get overwhelmed. I find that it is so easy to get distracted here. Going to Concord and meeting those guys for the first time, there were raiders attacking them. So I go, okay, I'm gonna try and flank them. I find these cellar doors in the building next to them. I thought I could go down there and then pop up into the building. I open up the cellar doors and I go in, and there's a whole like metro system underground. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna back away now.
That's the beauty of these games, though, and Skyrim as well. You know, these are such massive games, and there's so much content there. I actually quite like that I don't need to do all of it.
Yeah.
It is so big that I might miss an entire vault and an entire storyline in there, and that's fine, because that's my journey that I'm going on with this particular game. Because you're kind of an archaeologist, you know, in a way, digging up the past while also trying to survive and solve mysteries. You're like an archaeologist and a detective.
Sir, I do believe you took that terminal once more.
And also, I like that the story, which, you know, we're not going to talk about, but it's a simple premise, and I like those for these big games. I like that it's not getting stuck down in lore, it's not getting stuck down in, like, a lot of different factions fighting each other, whatever. It's kind of like, it's almost the simplest story you could make, and so it feels very directed. So at any point, while I get completely lost on all these things, it's like, no, I'm just going to come back to the one thing that I need to do.
You've always got that in the back of your mind.
And
there's this thing, this driving force for my character.
And I think that not only is it simple, but it's actually powerful.
Just help me pack it up.
Obviously, there is a lot to talk about with this game, and Hex and I will have our full review next week.
Yeah, but if you want to see more of the game right now, then my Pocket live stream is archived on our YouTube page, on the Good Game YouTube page, so you can see the first few hours of the game there.
Thanks for joining us, Nick. I really needed to talk about.
Just needed to vent.
The game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to studio now.
Yeah, you go now.
Bye.
Where's the controller?
Shaking me, shaking